Hey guys, it's Michael. We have breaking news from the Federal Reserve and from Washington on stimulus checks and the state of the economy. The Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell just had a meeting with the House Finance Committee at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time today, where Jerome Powell went over the state of the economy, what the Federal Reserve can do moving forward, and how they can help to continually support the American people. In addition to this, we're also going to go over important info that just came out from states and major universities across the country that are seeing a rise in cases, which jeopardizes plans moving forward and can dramatically affect what is going to happen with schools in the fall. So before we get started, I want to remind you guys to enter the $50 free stock giveaway. I'll be announcing the winner in my last video today. All you need to do to be eligible is like the video down below, be subscribed to the channel, and comment down below the 3 stocks I mentioned at the end of today's video. If you don't want to enter, don't worry, you can still go ahead and get 2 free stocks right now valued up to $1,400 when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below. Anyways, let's jump right into it, and let's first go over what Jerome Powell, who is the chairman of the Federal Reserve, said in this meeting earlier today. Jerome Powell starts off the meeting by talking about the economy. He says that as the economy reopens, incoming data is beginning to reflect a resumption of economic activity. He says that many businesses are opening their doors, hiring is picking up, and spending is increasing. You can see that in the May unemployment report. We've been seeing that with the weekly jobs report. He's saying that things are starting to slowly get better. He said that we're going to be seeing the June unemployment report on this week on Thursday, and how the numbers are expected to be good. He goes on to say how we have now entered an important phase of reopening, and we have done it much sooner than they originally anticipated. He said that while the bounce back has already started, and it is good that it started, he said it also presents new challenges, notably the need to keep the virus under control. He said the main issue right now, the main problem we're running into, is that even if the economy can start growing again, people can start getting their jobs back, the main challenge we are going to face is how are we going to control the virus as people start to interact, people start to go outside, states start to reopen. He says we're already starting to see an increase in the number of cases, and that is a major issue for the economy moving forward. Each day we're seeing states with a dramatic increase in the number of cases, which affects the stock market, which affects businesses reopening, and that is something we need to be able to get under control before we can really see a full recovery. Right now, the number of people hospitalized for the virus is surging in 7 states across the country, according to data by the Washington Post. In states like Texas, Arizona, South Carolina, Montana, Georgia, and California, 7-day averages for the number of cases are up at least 25% from last week. So with this increase in cases, that is going to have a dramatic impact on the second stimulus package, on the economy, and reopening in general. So ultimately, no matter what lawmakers pass and what stimulus measures are put into place, ultimately, we need the economy and the virus to be under control so that the economy can start to recover. 1 month before schools are starting to reopen, the University of Georgia said that 143 students and employees have tested positive for the virus as people return to the town of Athens. Georgia has witnessed a steep rise in the number of cases, especially among people who are 30 years of age and younger. So this is something that Jerome Powell is talking about when he means the virus needs to be under control. Because if students start to return to college towns and cities across the nation, and then we see dramatic spikes in the virus again, well then this starts to seep through the entire economy, and then more people will start to get the virus as well. This will start to seep into older demographics, and then we'll have to be forced to shut down again. So this is something that we need to get under control before we can really see a full recovery of the economy. Moving on, Jerome Powell goes on to talk about how while recent economic data offers some positive signs, he says it is important that we keep in mind that more than 20 million Americans have lost their jobs recently, and how that pain has not been evenly spread, and that is the most important issue for lawmakers and the Federal Reserve right now. He said the rise in joblessness has especially been severe for low-wage workers, for women, and for African Americans and Hispanics across the country. He goes on to explain how output and employment remain far below pre-pandemic levels, and in order for them to get back to what they were before the pandemic started, in order for us to see a recovery, we're going to need to support these people who are the hardest hit by the virus. So that means people who are unemployed, such as low-wage workers, people who are unemployed, and those who have been hit hardest by the pandemic. One thing that Congress has proposed and people have been talking about is the $600 per week enhanced unemployment benefits. A lot of people are saying that these are the most targeted and most efficient way to help the economy recover, because it is specifically giving payments to those who don't have jobs and cannot pay their bills, the people who are hurting the most. And that is basically what Jerome Powell is talking about in this meeting. He says how some demographics, some people are struggling significantly more than others, how the effects of the virus are not evenly spread. Jerome Powell goes on to talk about how the path forward for the economy is extraordinarily uncertain right now and will depend in large part on our success of containing the virus. He said a full recovery is unlikely until people are confident that it is safe to re-engage in broad range of activities, like going outside, going in public, shopping. If people are not comfortable to do normal activities that they had done prior to the pandemic, then we will not see a full recovery. He also goes on to say how the path forward will also depend on the policy actions taken at all levels of the government. So that is going to be what lawmakers pass for a second stimulus package and what the Federal Reserve does moving forward. So he said ultimately the Federal Reserve will do everything in their power to help support the American people and the economy. It's also going to have to come down to what stimulus measures are going to be included by Congress in the second stimulus package. And then finally goes on to wrap up the meeting by saying we are strongly committed to using these programs provided in the CARES Act for the Federal Reserve, as well as other tools that the Federal Reserve has in their toolbox, to do whatever they can to provide stability, to ensure that the recovery is as strong as possible, and to limit lasting damage to the economy. But he said they only can do so much, and they're going to need help from lawmakers in Congress. He explains how they already have cut interest rates to nearly zero back in March, and they're going to keep them that way until they start to see a full recovery in the stock market, and it could be that way for years. He also explains how they took measures to help stabilize the markets and the economy by starting to buy back government bonds and help businesses. He says they are doing what they can, but they also need the help from Congress to pass these recurring stimulus payments to help those over 20 million people who are currently struggling and don't have jobs. They need to pass recurring payments to help those people support themselves and pay their bills moving forward. Anyways, that's just a quick update from the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell and what he said on the second stimulus package, on the state of the economy, and these recurring unemployment stimulus checks moving forward. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to enter the $50 free stock giveaway. All you need to do to be eligible is like the video down below, be subscribed to the channel, and comment down below these 3 stocks. So the 3 stocks you need to enter is one, which is Facebook, and the stock ticker symbol is FB. The second stock is Twitter, and the stock ticker symbol is TWTR. And the third stock is HubSpot, and the stock ticker symbol is HUBS. So make sure to comment those 3 stocks down below, like the video, and be subscribed to my channel. Don't forget to get your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you download the Webull investing app. Join our Power of Finance investors group if you're interested in the stock market, investing, or how to make money in general. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video down below, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.